Wow, what a football game, huh? What a football game. Two teams competing their tails off. I know I have great respect for Coach Barlow and the job he does with his team. Great respect, for really Jordan Tamu. And just what he was able to do out there in some of the big plays. He came up at some clutch moments for them. I think it was a heck of a football game. Two teams fighting their tails off. I want to thank the league for what they did to make this thing work and the way they communicated with us. I've been in some of these rain delays before where you get told, the ball's on the tee. You better go out there and start playing. The communication was excellent. I was really proud of the way our team handled it. I thought, it was a game that defensively, I thought we played staunch. We gave up a couple big play touchdowns that obviously I didn't like, trying to strip the ball. We just need to get them on the ground. But overall, I thought our defense competed its tail off and played against a really explosive team that's been putting up a lot of points. Offensively, we went down there the first two drives. I felt really good about the way we were moving the football. And then the very first fumble was totally on me. And that's why I wanted that field goal to go through the upright so bad, because that one was totally on me. I had the wrong personnel package in. I had written it on my game plan in the wrong section, and that's totally on me. I felt awful. And then the next one was just a crazy handoff that we've made a million times in practice and games, and we just put the ball on the ground. And I thought we lost two scoring opportunities there down inside the 5-yard line. But the one thing this team won't do is it won't quit. And I thought they battled, and they battled, and they battled. And there was a time when we came out and we were able to obviously get the safety coming back out, then got a field goal, got a 5-point swing. We got the lead in some pretty nasty conditions. And, then they went back and took it from us. And then we went back down. It was a game of field goals for sure. But just two teams competing their tail off. Really proud of our players, proud of the way they competed. There were some great individual efforts out there. I know that I couldn't be more proud of the job Matt did tonight as a quarterback and stepping in and some of the things that he did. I think Ricky Persons continues to run hard. I think we got to get better on our offensive line. We're we're not as consistent as we need to be. A lot of great individual efforts, but too many one-man breakdowns and turning people free. And we got to get some of that stuff cleaned up. But just proud of this team, proud of the way they were able to compete. I want to thank the fans that stayed because when we came out in the rain, our players were hooting and hollering. When we came out, they said, okay, it's clear, all clear, you can take the field. And we walked around the corner, and it was just sheets of rain coming down. And our players, I didn't know if they were going to go, whoa, wait a minute, we're all clear. No, it didn't clear. It's raining, but they embraced it. They got fired up. But the fans got fired up. And those that stayed, they were awesome. Can't thank them enough. Hard-fought game, great football game. Two teams competing their tails off.
Coach, talk to me about the kicker, Ahmed. Coming in after he gets the call and then 4 for 4 tonight.
Yeah, he was one of those individual efforts. You certainly can't leave him out. We've got rent a kicker for a week, and he came out, and what he did was really was unbelievable. I told him I'm going to have to learn his name now. Now that he went and did what he did today, he was money. Just really proud of what he was able to do and the way that he handled pressure and the kicks that he made in some really, really tough conditions with the ball being wet and slippery and trusting the hold. He's a guy that's really had 3 days of kicking practice. He came in here because of an injury, and I thought he did an absolutely outstanding job. I know Matt and Adrian are cheering hard for him. I know Oscar out there is going to be excited because he has a Mexican heritage, and so I know that it was a great moment in the locker room, the team embracing him for what he was able to do. But that's huge to hit a money kick like that when you've been with this team really since Tuesday. By the time he came in here, got a physical, was able to do what he did, but he's a really, really good football player.
Hey, Coach. Going forward, you went with Matt tonight. you just kind of explained the 2 turnovers early. Ultimately, he gets you the win.
Yes.
Is this a timeshare going forward that has kind of been agreed upon already, or do you just evaluate week by week what you'll do going forward?
No, I don't know what I'll do going forward, to be honest with you. I pretty much had a plan through today, and I don't know what I'll do going forward. I've got 2 quality quarterbacks that are really good football players. I tried to roll them the first 2 games, where I rolled them. And I just feel like, from them, they really want to play wire to wire. They really want to go in and be the guy. And if I throw 3 incompletions, I don't want to feel like I'm going to be benched. They both came here to get film. They're both good enough to win here. And they're both good enough. I'm glad we have them both. I want to get them both experience. I've said this before. Like Snyder was up tonight, but we played Jake at center, tonight because we need to give him we're trying to create depth on this football team because it's not a sprint. The goal wasn't to go 4-0. We're fortunate that we're here. We're competing our tails off, but everybody here, with the way the league did the merger, with the way they did it, with the balance of drafts, the way the drafts were handled, there is a lot of talent, and most of the guys that are backups on these teams were starters or all conference players for another team, and now they're backups. Well, they're good enough to play. I'm looking at Scooby and Gates and Tizino and the way all these guys are playing. We got an obligation to play as many guys as we can. So I rolled in the first 2 games. One of their complaints that I have to listen to was they want to be able to go wire to wire. And I said, that's fair. I thought Adrian had the best week of practice last week, so I gave Adrian the nod. So this week, I said I'll give Adrian the nod last week and Matt the nod this week. I know everybody thinks I'm crazy because I took a quarterback that played as well as Matt did, as well as Adrian did a week ago. I've taken a lot of criticism for it, but I have confidence in both those quarterbacks that they're good enough to play. And I've got an answer. I have to answer in my room more than I need to answer in this room. I need to answer in my quarterback room. And I made an obligation. I gave those 2 gentlemen my word, and I stuck to it. And that's important to me. And I was just proud of the way that Matt was able to go out there and play tonight after Adrian put on such an impressive performance a week ago. I have no idea what I'll do going forward. Punt.
On the last drive there, you have a minute left when you get the ball. With the way the clock stops in this league and only needing a field goal, does a minute seem kind of a long time there?
Yeah, we practice, we've got to go 30 yards in 30 seconds is what we practice. We call it 30 for 30, kind of a little spoof off the ESPN deal. So we do it 30 for 30. We're either on the 30-yard line and need 7 points, or we're on the 30-yard line and we need a field goal. We're 30 yards away and we need a field goal. So we practice with 30 seconds. So when our players look up there and go, Coach, there's a minute 14. This is like eternity. We got 3 30 for 30s. We don't need to rush. I think I could have managed it a little bit better at the very end. They ruled that Amari caught the ball out of bounds, and the official put his hands over his head and said it was out of bounds. So I got on the headset and said, rack them. If the clock stopped, let's get it together, take a breath, get organized. And then I guess it was overruled from upstairs, and it's like the clock's running, but we were in the huddle. And we burned a lot of time there. But other than that, I thought Matt and the entire offense did a really nice job of managing it. I thought they did a really nice job of managing it. I hated I had to burn that one time out because I like to always keep one for the field goal. And without one there, I was just a little bit, I could have done a little bit better job with it. But I'm really proud of the players and what they were able to do.
On those drives, how important is it to get a quick start? You complete one on first down instead of having to, a couple incompletes, and then you seem a little desperate at that point.
Yeah, and I thought Matt did a great job of taking the check down. He took the check down and hit Ricky Person underneath. They flew out of there. They kind of loaded the box and then went flying out of there. And I thought he did a great job of just taking the check down, throw a completion, let's get moving. You don't want to go incomplete. You're trying to force the ball way down the field. Take a completion, let somebody break a tackle. If we don't, we still got plenty of time. We'll get back up on the line, we'll go quick, and we'll start moving it. But I thought he did a really nice job of getting started by just taking the check down. You know what I mean? Is reading the ball down the field and just take the back underneath. Thought he did a nice job. But again, that's part of part of what we're trying to instill in them in a 2-minute drive. Doesn't mean you got to throw the ball way down the field all the time. So I think, when we've got a minute, to them it seems like an eternity, and then you're on the 30-yard line with 30 seconds. We wanted to take a shot into the end zone at the end rather than get a couple yards closer. I didn't think the distance was going to be the issue, but I thought he threw a great ball down there in the end zone. I hadn't seen it yet, but I thought maybe Kevin had an opportunity to catch it. But I thought they did a nice job of handling the 2-minute drive. A nice job.
Coach, you talked a little bit about Ricky Person Jr., his impact on the season so far. He took a nasty hit towards the end of the game. How's he doing right now?
He's doing great. He's doing great. He is a big physical player. He is a big, strong man, And we look at the difference right now between him and CJ. And with some of this tough sledding inside, CJ has been a little bit more of our utility guy that can do a lot of things, catch the ball out of the backfield, run the ball. He's very smart, very intelligent, been in this offense. But Ricky's a little bit more of a hammer. I think he's caught the ball super. I think he gets better and better every week. I think he runs with a vengeance. I think you got to tackle that son of a gun. I think he is a big, strong man, but he's doing fine. There at the end of the game, he went back in. I think both guys on that big collision, I think both guys felt it. And just both of them needed a minute to get their feet back on the ground, but then I thought he was fine.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you all very much. I appreciate it. Giddy up. 1-0. Thank you.